as such. He just doesn't want to downplay what an actual job is. Yeah, that too. I mean, people work like serious. They have to do a lot.
Yes. Yours. This will
Like imagine working retail or doing something else, like having to deal with all of that. Like, dude, my biggest struggle is having freaking Diamond Dave in my solo queue games and me being upset about it for like a minute. That's my biggest struggle. You know? How many people have to struggle with like real, actual problems and issues and all that shit with their jobs? Like, I am incredibly privileged, incredibly lucky. It's all my perspective. Like if you disagree, that's fine. Cause it's not about like me trying to tell you what it is. It's just how I see it. You know, it's like in my mind. Not a job and a hobby at the same time. Yeah, I mean it probably is, but I'm telling you, I just won't ever see it as such. Then it becomes like too much. You know?
I have chosen you.
All right, either way, let's win this game. You would never do anything out of just straight discipline then? Why discipline myself? Of course, like with working out, with eating, with exercising. Like I don't obviously look like I'm in shape, but like just the bare basics. Because I mean, honestly, if I wanted to, if I invested all my time into just streaming and like YouTube and TikTok and everything, like all my time, I'd probably make way more money, but I wouldn't be as happy, you know? Like I think discipline is, for me, it's all about like how I maintain everything else other than League. Like, you know, I don't have to have a good sleep schedule, but I have one. I don't have to, you know, eat healthy, but I do. I don't have to like do all this other stuff. Like I pretty much don't have to do anything. Like I could just play League all day and like, you know, but I understand that. Like discipline is like one of the hardest things to teach yourself when you have like one of these things. I remember like ever since it's like one of the biggest struggles I've had since I graduated high school when I was like 18. Because like, yeah, it's so hard to like actually force yourself to do what you need to do. But yeah, it's like discipline. So I discipline myself in like other regards, but not with like streaming and League. Like I do it because I like it, you know? I'll set like a timer for me to do stuff. Like I'll be consistent with like a schedule just because like I want people to expect me at a certain time. I guess that's like the fullest extent of that. With like, okay, I'll stream at this time and I'll try to stream as much as this. But like, let's say hypothetically I'm having a bad day, I could just end whenever, you know? That's what's cool about streaming. That's why I love it, you know? And like the more I take care of myself, I've found the more like viewers are receptive to that. Like if I take a day off and say, "Oh guys, I feel burnt out," people are actually really nice about it and they're really cool about it and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's fine, you know, take care of yourself, etc." I'm like, damn. And legit, I would make more money the next stream in that day if I would have streamed that extra day. Like I would legit make all that money back and more for taking care of myself. Like that's how crazy this is. Like, streaming is like the luckiest, most fortunate thing that anyone can have happen to them. You know? Ah! Oh, you fucked up big time. You waste your W like that, buddy boy. Oh my god, he lost vision too. What are you doing, laddie? Oh, boy. Yes. I know Cade community is toxic, but nice people like you. Well, I mean, I've always understood that the Cade community is toxic. That's why I've always done a good job of trying to teach people not to be toxic. Even though I myself am not necessarily like a... I don't think I'm like a good influence. I don't think like I'm a role model-esque character, but I've always tried my hardest to like...
unironically win this game.
To like preach good morals, if that makes sense. A card fight vision, thanks to Prime. That's why I did. The hardest thing for me as a streamer, it hasn't been getting challenger, it hasn't been like being consistent or staying disciplined. The hardest thing for me being a streamer is being a good person in solo queue. Because it's so easy to be a bad person in solo queue, and it's so easy to like, you know, not care. Because technically I don't need to. Matter of fact, if I was toxic, I'd probably get more viewers. Because that's like, controversial streamers get more viewers. I mean, that's kind of been common. Like, you know, Tyler1, RadRL, etc. Like Tarzan. People love to see people like angry and complain. But I love the Kayn community, man. I want them to be like positive players that are not just like giga cracked at the game, but you know, humble as well. Because that's kind of how like, I don't know. It's like my little like I just want to see the community change, even if it's a little bit, even if it's like this much. I just want the community to change a little bit, you know? Because I've been playing in this community for so long, and I'm so over it, dude. Like, I'm over the toxic ego mentality of just putting everyone down and make everyone feel bad about themselves, man, you know? Like, it gets so, like, boring, you know? It gets so, like, overdone. So unnecessary, so, like... That's why I always try to preach to, like, all the Kayn mains, like, you know, try to be good teammates. Even though I tell them to play selfish, but, like, at least be, like, you know, don't ego on people, don't make them feel bad about themselves, don't tell them how horrible they are. If I want to, but... Oh, whoa, that scared the hell out of me. Oh, he's tanky. What the hell? I did no damage to him. I'll do that, so I'm gonna get this. Wait, he's not doing the dragon? Ah, free dragon for me then. What's the Void Boy in the stairs video? Yeah, I did, and I think Void Boy had a really good message and a really good mindset. And I think that a lot of what he did didn't go unnoticed, and a lot of people resonated with that. I think there's like a very large silent majority that doesn't like the mainstream culture of just being an incredibly shitty person in League. And I'm not gonna be confrontational, like calling people out for their toxicity or anything. I'm just gonna try and be a better person, you know? Because like I'm not really in a position where I could call anyone out for toxicity, because I used to be really toxic, you know? As someone who used to be really toxic and used to be really mean and used to be like very blunt with his meanness and his toxicness and his rudeness. That's, I mean, honestly, like, I'm not kidding you. Like, legit, being a streamer made me want to be a better person, like, in League. IRL, I don't think I've ever been, like, a bad person or anything. But in League, I've always wanted to be a better person just because I'm a streamer. Because when you have people that, like, actually look into how you act in game and like, what you say.
By the way, this was
I feel
Karasmai,
horrible,
who
dude. If
unironically
people
won
were,
this
like,
game.
saw me being, like, just really mean to everybody. Like, oh, you're all trash. I'm solo carry. Like, imagine every game I 1v9, I just called all my team like horrible players and bots and NPCs and like just typical toxic lingo. Then every Kayn main that 1v9s is gonna feel justified in that horrible behavior. And I don't know. Having a conscience in League is kind of weird, but I just wouldn't want that to weigh down on my conscience, you know?
Tell me, was it desperation that led
But Taylor, thanks for 4 months. Come back.
Audacity.
Were you having a bad day when you said to Pants? Remember when people used to watch you? No, I hate Pants. That guy's a horrible person. I would gladly say bad things to Pants or Dragon, and he literally got exposed for being a horrible person. I did not like that guy. I've never liked that guy. He is a bad person. Listen, I have no problem in my private time telling Pants that I think he's a bad person and you know, I want to insult him. I 100% will. I'm not trying to be, listen, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be a great person. I'm just trying not to be a toxic role model. I want to be like just a guy that teaches people how to play Kayn, you know? I'm not striving for perfection here. You said you learned from people criticizing you? I did, but I realized with time it didn't have to be that way. I didn't have to feel so horrible about myself. I don't have to like learn from thinking I'm a despicable, disgusting subhuman because I'm not good at a video game. Because I've also learned in the recent years from very talented, very nice, smart, articulate, you know, players as well. Like I've learned a lot from watching people like Broxa, who's nothing but a nice, compassionate, caring person. I've learned from Kirei, who's the same. Like, honestly, it's kind of funny because EU is kind of synonymous for its toxicity, but I actually learned a lot from EU players on how to be a better, like, solo queue player. Like, same with, like, Whippo and whatnot. Like, hearing about that. Like, I 100% have... I did say openly, yes, I learned from being flamed and told how terrible I am and all this. What's wrong with Pants? Pants is just not a good guy, bro. He's just not a good guy. What did he say? Bro, he got exposed for being, like, I don't know, even weirder shit. I'm not even gonna get into that because I'm not into exposed culture, but just me personally, I don't like Pants. So yeah, in my private time, I mean, okay, Granny, when Pants freaking dropped a slur, you know I was against him that, right? Like he was against me in that game. He was upset because I was out jungling him. Then he said a really bad slur, So like, yeah, dude, I don't forget that kind of stuff. Like that guy's just a weirdo. Like you think I don't give a fuck about that guy. Like genuinely, like some people deserve niceness and kindness. Some people, they're a piece of shit. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a nice, great guy to everybody. I'm just not gonna be a dick on stream, you know? But I don't even want to like mention all the things I could say about Pants, but if you go and look up what he said controversially, you'll see a Warwick on the enemy team called "I'm sorry everyone," and that little edgy name, and that little Warwick 1v9er. Think about who that was. That was my attempt at trying to go pro, because I had an account called "I'm sorry everyone" because I wanted to apologize, so maybe people would forgive me being so toxic over the years, and I could like try and go pro. Yeah, maybe we can kill them here. Oh, good job, Asol. You're a beast. Run! Broxa's a next level nice guy. Yeah, bro, I love Broxa.
I am the weapon. You.
I don't know, man. Listen, that. I don't know what to tell you. That's all I have to say about that guy. I'm not gonna sit here and publicly bash somebody some more. Just, people, I just not stand in the community. Nice. Huge. Want more brownie points for calling out a racist and having moral high ground? Bit cringe, honestly. See, the fact that you think like that just shows that you have like. You think I'm getting brownie points for saying that I think some guy who said a slur because I out-jungled him in a video game is a bad guy? You think that's about brownie points? You don't think that's just about calling out somebody? Like as accountability, you know? Is that normalized in your lifestyle that if you lose in a video game you say out a slur? Is that what you do? On stream, like nah, that has to be a troll. Like you think that's a bad thing to call someone out for? Damn. I mean, hey man. Believe what you want to believe. Do you think it's fine to like go around and say shit like that over losing at a video game? Then yeah, I'd prefer if you just didn't watch me. Normally I'm not a contrarian, but I think that there are definitely things that you shouldn't say about that shit. God forbid you don't like someone using sword. Literally, like on stream too, like in front of everybody. It's not like he did it in private. Like he didn't, like, like dude, like, I don't know. See, some people are just so weird, man. Like I don't even know. Like the fact that I would have to explain that to somebody just shows like that's why I wanted to change who I was and like be a different person, be a better person. Because it's not just the fact that somebody said something like that. It's the fact that when he streamed the very next stream and people asked about it, he's like, yeah, I don't regret it. I'm glad I said it. Like, dude, you see, there's a whole, like, I could get so much into it, dude. But it's, I'm going to drop the subject now. It's, if you want to look into it on your own, you can. But
That is my armor.
I just don't think that's something anybody should ever do under any circumstance over a video game. You know? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. He was a stream sniper back then. The list of things you can call him: stream sniper, ghoster, racist, and now he got exposed for talking to somebody underage. Like, dude, like, I'm sorry. Okay, last thing I'm gonna say. Like that.
Snuffed out the dark. Who dare stand against me?
Some people are just horrible. That's all I'm gonna say. way I got my top side invaded.
Free the body.
Alright, let's get Rift. I get dragging like a minute and a half here.
By the way, if this was Karasmai, we're gonna unironically win this game.
Back.
You.
Believers live
Yeah, how's it going? Yeah. Just gotta watch out for Fiddle ult. Do an epal.gg stream. Is epal that one website where you like can buy an e-girl to play with you or whatever?
every threat a target.
Cool. Yeah, I just wait for the bubble and then I can go inside of her.
True believers live forever. They will die forgotten.
Who's probably what form I get first? Nah, I always probably blue form in this meta. This game, honestly, just always blue form. Hello, Fiddle. I just gonna look to ult me right now.
Has been realized.
I mean, I got him.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
X9 Yi, win trade, thank you. Has somebody ever lost a game and played bad and didn't get called a win trader? I think that's one of my least favorite things about the League community right now is that every game somebody has a bad game, it's win trade this, win trade that. You know how uncommon it is to have a win trader? I would say I personally get a win trader maybe like once or twice a month. And I'm a streamer. Streamers get win traded a lot more often because people can bet on streamer games. At least they used to. But for like a random solo queue player to get win traded is like the most absurd thing ever. I get win traded a lot more than other people as well because I queue really late at night. And when you queue really late at night, the player pool is a lot lower. So it's a lot easier for win traders to actually snipe each other. So usually a lot of win traders will wait till like AM hours. To like, you know, they have a guaranteed way to get in each other's lobbies. So to say you're getting win traded at 7 PM is so pretentious, dude.
This is as it was meant to be.
What? I didn't go to the wall?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
What skin is this? Is this Snow Moon?
Has been destroyed.
How did I not know this skin? It's Snow Moon, right? I'm pretty sure this is Snow Moon. Actually, I need to see. I think he's shirtless in Snow Moon. Is he shirtless? He is, he is. Wait, no, this isn't Snow Moon. This looks way too cool to be Snow Moon. What is this? Is this really Snow Moon? Bro, I love this. Oh, this is Snow Moon with no chroma. I forgot. I fucking love Snow Moon with no chroma. This is, right? Let me see. I think there's like snow particles when you reset.
Foolish. So dead. Every corpse
See.
a lesson. Every threat a
Yes, it is. It is. It is. Wow, dude, I forgot how sexy Snow Moon is. Jesus. I'm really strong right now.
simple. The dark and its gone. Endings on.
Nice, Baron. Baronster, Baronster.
Feeding my enemies in shadow. I will live to the
She one-shot me? He does.
An enemy has been slain.
He queued, bubbled, insta-queued again. Holy fuck. Yeah, blasted. I'm recognizing Kayn's skin. It's because I've only used Heartsteel and Nightbringer for like the longest time. I haven't used Snowmoon in a while. I forget how good he looks. Oh, look at his poor dead body. Look at him just lying there. He looks so cute when he's dead.
that only serves to
What?
sharpen my focus. And my
I guess I could have got my tier 2 boots there, but whatever. Over 2 damage. Well, I can't really complain about her damage. She does have her bubble and her Q fully max, and she's 9 and 5, so it makes sense that she one-shots me. I was just surprised. You know what really grinds my gears, Twitch chat? I absolutely loathe people that think that Assassin Kayn has high damage. Like, high single target burst damage. Assassin Kayn is probably one of the lowest single target burst damaging champs out there because he's an AoE assassin. He's good at one-shotting multiple targets, not just one. So if you're complaining about his single target burst damage, then you're also complaining about Talon, you're also complaining about Zed, you're also complaining about Kha'Zix, you're definitely complaining about Rengar, you're also complaining about... Name any assassin. Almost every assassin has higher single target burst output than Kayn. So if you ever complain about Kayn's single target burst, either A, you're itemizing horribly, or B, you just have a hate boner for assassins. Which, I mean, if you understood how assassins worked, I don't think you'd have a hate boner for them. Because assassins are probably one of the easiest classes in the game to counter. The only thing that keeps them relative in games is how high mobility they can get up to. If you want to complain about his mobility, go for it. That's exactly a valid reason to complain about. Like, even people complain about Talon's mobility, but complain about Liu Kang's damage is absurd. Like, that's when I know somebody just doesn't know what they're talking about. Damage is not even high. Oh, I got one shot. Like, sometimes I don't like to tell them because it's like, it helps me win more games. But the reason you got one shot is because you itemized poorly. Like, she has no Zanya. She has no exhaust. Plated, no nothing. Of course I'm one-shotting them. I'm fed. Of course I one-shot them. If they itemize better, I want to one-shot them and I'm fed. You know what I mean?
A summoner has disconnected.
ADC's hit every champ in the game that's not ADC. That's actually